Welcome to Career Mantras, a channel where you can learn how to develop your career, especially the one in IT, with a few success mantras. In today's podcast, we are not going to discuss any one specific topic, but I've designed this podcast to have a set of questions about the impact of AI and GenAI. So it's no fluff, so it's straight to the point, and I'll be direct in all my answers. The first question, are there sectors where the AI wave will not affect them? Unfortunately, the answer is none. Most of the sectors have been already impacted, enhanced, and amplified by AI, and more with GenAI now. Of course, the impact is not equal. So, for example, in life sciences, the impact has been enormous due to the impact of GenAI in literature search and in commercials of life sciences for the next best actions. Whereas something like maybe in aeronautical engineering, maybe it has impacted only the supply chain. So the answer is yes, but it's unequal. Second, are there roles which will not be affected by the Gen AI wave? No. All of the roles in the current IT industry will be impacted by the AI wave. Not equally again. The developers are going to be affected more for sure because you will not need so many developers. The quality analyst will also be impacted because you may not need so many quality analysts. And if you don't need so many people, you don't need so many managers also. So all the roles will get affected by the AI wave. I'm a manager. Should I start coding? This is an interesting question, and it's very difficult to answer that. So I've based my question based on a specific parameter. If you started doing management and you are into 5 to 6 years of management, probably it's a bad idea to go back to coding now. Unless you are still coding as a hobby and then you want to go back. On the other hand, if you're into management for a few years and you still have the fire in the belly to try coding and shift into a developer who can become a sort of an engineering manager who is hands-on, or then this is probably a decent choice. But yes, you have to learn tools like Copilot and not be the same developer who you were 5 years before. And a good developer, will I face the risk? Absolutely yes. Even if you're a great developer, you will have certain risks because the pace at which the Copilots and the cursors of the world have been going, you will not need so many developers, so you will have a risk of continuing your career for a long period of time. So okay, I get it. So what should I do? Yes. No, this is all the risk which we have seen. So what should you be doing? So I'll suggest one. Have a proper engineering approach. If you're a developer, have a proper engineering approach to how you will approach Gen AI and the tools like Copilot. There is some engineering focus which is required, which is largely absent now. So for example, in Copilot, the vibe coding has spoiled a part of the generation, thinking that if you just prompt, you'll get a good code. While that could be partially true, you still need a very good engineering rigor to ensure that your resultant code base is good and it's maintainable and you have the knowledge of the code. So number two, you need to strengthen your domain skills. You have to pick a couple of domains and build your skills in the domain very sharply. So if you have a very good domain skills, you can probably, pair with a product manager or even a replace product manager as a senior person and then start, managing the entire product. That gives you an enormous differentiation. Third, and the ability to collaborate across roles. You are going to see disruptions and we are not sure what kind of disruptions are going to emerge. So I think you should be ready to collaborate with a variety of people and work in a variety of models. The person who eats the risk will be the winner here. Would attending conferences help? Partly yes. It will help you to be in sync with what's happening in the world, probably get acquaintances, probably even get a job offer. But this should not be your primary source of learning, or your primary source in which you will establish connects, or primary source in which you will get a job. How would the next 5 years span? Nobody knows. Really, nobody knows. We are sure that the AI will be more severe more new models will come. It will be more perfect, and it will take some percentage of the jobs. It will make some of the jobs more amplified, some of the jobs less relevant, some of the jobs as is. Your IT systems will be more agentic. So the resultant systems will be probabilistic in nature, which will require a different kind of operations and support. So it will be interesting. We really don't know how it will pan for sure in the next 5 years. So what's the one skill that I would help that I would sorry, I think it's wrong. What's the one skill that you would need which would help you the most? I would say your ability to learn uh, with the hundreds of articles, podcasts, and videos. Your ability to learn and practice diligently and create the differentiation is going to be the single most skill which will differentiate you from everybody. Your ability to discipline your mind, have an engineering approach, learn a lot, collaborate a lot, and slot it into proper process and learning methods is going to create an enormous differentiation. So that's it for this podcast, and I hope you will find it useful. Please leave out a comment of if you have any more questions or if you don't agree or disagree with my answers.